Hey y'all, it's Taylor from Tattooed Teacher Plans. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Today we're going to start off the year strong with some monthly goals. So I decided just a couple days ago that I'm no longer going to do my monthly spreads with my goals. I'm going to do highlights later on in the month. So I'm kind of splitting those videos into two parts. So I'm not getting rid of monthly spreads altogether just yet, but I'm just kind of experimenting with some different content and different things that I want to do. So just FYI. But the point of this video is my monthly goals. I'm also going to do my weekly action items for week 1, just so you can see how I do that, my whole process. So let's just backtrack a little bit. I do have my annual goals already formed. I have a whole goal series. If you would like to check that out, I will link those videos down in the description for you of how I came up with this format and why I chose my goals. My word of the year over here, which is energy. And I'm just really excited about this new year. I know it's not a magical time or anything. It's just I'm ready for, an arbitrary, as it is, fresh start. And I'm ready to tackle some things and continue some goals. So we're going to start here, which this is my mind map for 2021. And this is basically just a visual representation of all of my annual goals, but on 2 pages and in kind of a more fun format and more visual. Things like pop out at me. The little character stickers remind me of things. So we're going to start here when I set my focus for each of my categories for the month. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with, I'm just going to go ahead and take this out real quick. I'm going to start with personal. I like to go in order now, and it's just like a routine that I kind of like, but just working through each of the categories in this order. It's the same order as on the weekly actions. So I think I'm going to do all the monthly goals first, and then we'll do the weekly action items. Those go a little faster than these guys. I have already brainstormed a couple of things, but I kind of want to show you my process. So that's what we're going to do. Let's get started with personal. So when it comes to personal, the thing for January that's kind of popping out at me is like how I'm spending my time. So I kind of want to focus on that for the month of January. And I love this new addition to the monthly goals section, which is a monthly focus. So not only is there a annual focus, but there's also a chance to set a focus for the monthly. So I'm really excited about that. My annual focus is self-care, but for January, I want to specifically focus on how I am spending my time. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and write that on my focus here for the month. And the things that I kind of want to do in this area, I'm just kind of checking here. Social media limits definitely need to be happening, but I'm not as focused on that right now. So I think I'm going to leave that as is. I do have an idea for what I want to do with Instagram. Definitely want to read, definitely want to do that and work on my PM routine. Okay, so I've got some ideas of some things. So first I'm going to note my focus, and then I'm just going to list my things. Now, this is something new that I'm using for this year. These are the clean color dot markers from Zig, I think. So these you can get on Amazon. I will find a link and leave it down below. I got these for Christmas and I love them. Now, the colors don't match all of the MAKSELIFE colors, but there is a color for January, which is this darker blue. So that's what I'm going to go with. And these create little dots that I can check off. And it just looks really clean. I really like that. I'll show you what it looks like. So this week, I'm just planning in here and pre-planning and stuff. So these little dots is what it looks like. Super cute. There's also the other side, but I don't know that I'm going to use the little felt tip side that often. I'm really just going to use the dot side. I think these are like genius, but I wish I'd found them sooner. Okay, so I've got my personal items. So I'm going to fill in this and then we'll talk about fun and recreation. Okay, so I've got 5 things here. I think these are good. I did go ahead and add in the social media limits. I'm kind of editing what I was going to do, but I do think that's important, so I wanted to include it. Okay, fun and recreation. This one, I'm really just want to focus on recharging for this new year and just kind of getting into this year again, setting the tone when it comes to rest and like experiences and stuff. So I think my focus is going to be recharging. I think that is going to be a good one. And then for my annual goals here, let me look here. Okay, podcasts I want to include because this is a good escape for me. A hike for sure. I've actually already got it planned when I'm going to do it. And I would just want to start brainstorming for my little summer road trip, which I haven't really decided what I'm going to do yet. I think it's going to be to a couple of national parks just to be socially distanced and all of that, but also get in some like good outdoor time. Okay, I think 3 is going to be enough for this one. Okay, so I said recharge for the new year. Okay, and then I'm just going to add these real quick. Okay, so my parents actually gave me a good book on all of the national parks. It's like super thick and really informative, but I think it's going to help. I got that as a Christmas present, so that's going to be very helpful. All right, work and learning. Let's see. So we're getting back into work. And I do have a couple of things that I want to do specifically when it comes to work. Okay, I think my focus is going to be on like consistency and just creating some consistency again at work since we've been away for a couple of weeks. So I'm going to go ahead and write that. That doesn't look right. Whatever. I'm not the best speller. Okay, when it comes to work and learning, okay, so I do want to work on my content schedule for February. I need to finish January's. I'm pretty much done, but I need to work on that. And then I do want to reply to PD and then read for sure. Okay, I neglected that last semester, so I think that's 3. I'm still getting the hang of these markers, so they're not all straight, but that's okay. Okay, so let me write these down real quick, just organize my thoughts. Okay, so that goes really well for that category. This is kind of broad enough for me to kind of get back into the swing of things at work and not put too much stuff on my plate. Okay, let's go to family and relationships. So my sister just had a baby, and so I need to keep in contact with her and get lots of pictures and things like that, and also support her as my sister and as a mother. I also want to call my grandparents because I need to do that. So I think my word is going to be like my focus, maybe like connections or something. Yeah, that's what my annual goal is anyway. So I think I'm going to put connection. And then I think maybe just like 2 or 3 things here. So calling my grandparents, contact with my parents, and then contact with my sister, I think would be good. So that's 3. Okay, so this is just a minimum, these numbers here, just to keep myself accountable in those areas. Okay, let's move on to health and wellness because this is my big category for this year. I wouldn't say that I'm hitting the ground running. I'm really easing into it, and I'm trying to be super, super intentional. So my stretch goal this year is changing my eating habits. I have a past of binging. I don't purge anymore, thank God. That was a phase in college that thankfully I was able to overcome. That was horrible. But I still have a lot of things to work on, a ton of things to work on when it comes to that goal. So this section is the one that I'm really, really working on this, not only the whole year, but specifically in January. And like I said, I want to be intentional about what I choose to start with. So the first thing that I know that I want to do is, okay, so the activity every day. My activity this month is going to be the Yoga with Adriene program. She's doing a new one starting in January. I did it last year. It was amazing. And I just got so much out of it when it comes to like mindset and stuff. So I think that's what I want to focus on there. And when it comes to all of this stuff, I mean, it's heavy. It's a lot. But yeah, I think that I want to go low carb for a while and just get myself back into a mindset of like the correct portions and all of this. So I'm just kind of organizing my thoughts here. My big word for the year for health and wellness is evolution. So I think for this month specifically, I want to do just like a reset maybe, or yeah, I think reset is a good word because I want to just kind of like lay some foundation work here. So, okay, I think maybe I'll need like 4 or 5 dots here. So I know that I want to do low carb just because I know that makes me feel better and it will get me in the right physical, like feeling. And then I also, let me just write that real quick. Okay. And then, I'll put meal planning here. Okay, then I also want to do the yoga program. I want to work on my sleep because this is huge and that's something not simple, but it's something I can definitely work on. And water intake, same kind of thread there. And then, okay, I've already started this and I want to specifically write this down in my goals, but I want to note my triggers for like binging and overeating and things like that. So I've already started this actually. But I want to keep it here so that I keep myself accountable each week when I look back on my annual or my monthly goals. So let me fill this in real quick with what I just said. Okay, I think this is a good list for me to work off for this month. I don't want to add too many because I don't want to put myself in a spot where I get like too bogged down with it because I want to keep going and do this the healthy way. So I think this is really good, a good foundation for the month and the year. I'm going to put reset my foundation because I like that. Okay, spiritual and personal growth. Let's see here. I have some things I want to carry over for this year. I really want to focus on this month specifically like my internal work. So okay, I've already been looking at some podcasts, so I think that's something I should explore this month. Memory keeping always like keeps me a little grounded, so I think that's good. And my donation, I need to figure out where I need to want to donate this this month. Oh, and I want to continue the daily stoic because that is helpful in the morning with my morning routine. Okay, my focus here, I think I said the word purpose, so I'm going to put here my purpose. And I think that this stuff is going to help support a lot of the health and wellness up here. Okay, so I think that's like 4 or 5 things here. I keep opening the wrong end of the marker. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, oh, there's something else, that I wanted to do. Okay, so I have volunteer on here, and in December, in November, really, I was exploring the League of Women's Voters. I have the application. I've already actually got it filled out. I just need to send it in, and I don't know what my deal is, but I'm going to add that to, just so I can have it to check off, because otherwise I don't know that I'll do it. So I'm going to make myself do it. All right, let me fill this in real quick. Okay, this is the podcast that is sticking in my mind, so that's why I wrote it down. Diet Starts Tomorrow. It's from Betches, and I've listened to like 2 episodes, but I think I'm really gonna like it. And a lot of their thing is about intuitive eating, which is, again, supporting my health and wellness goals, and that's what I want to work toward when it comes to my changing my eating habits. So I think that will be helpful. All right, financial. I think I need to keep it pretty simple for this month. Just a couple of like basic things. I know I want to do kind of a low spend, kind of save a little bit this month, and this is not due yet, so I'll leave that. This is not, I don't need to do that just yet, but I do need to do these. Okay, so that's like, and I need to pay for this, so that's like 3 or 4 things. I'll go ahead and do 3, and then actually I think that is 4. Okay. All right. My focus here is saving because Christmas. Okay. So I need to pay the dues for the League of Women Voters, and then I need to update my budget every week, and then I need to do a new budget in the middle of the month when I get paid. And when it comes to saving, I'm going to do a low spend. I'm not going to say no spend, but low spend. All right, that's reasonable, I think, for that category. And then the last one is physical environment. So I have a couple ideas already for this one too. So I definitely want to do a little bit of decluttering, and what's sticking in my mind right now is my dresser. I need to clean out my dresser. The drawers are just getting a little bit full for no reason, so I need to do that. And then I'm going to do a trash bag walk around, which if you don't know what that is, I learned about it from Emily Lay. You just walk around your house and you fill up a trash bag with crap that you don't need. And it's just a good way to just like completely purge, but do it in a fast way. And I need to put up my seasonal decor, or my holiday decor, I should say. And this stuff nothing's happening here, I don't think. Something else I could declutter is my fridge. I think just to, again, help support this, and just kind of, it needs to be done anyway. So my focus for environment is going to be tidy. I think just keep it real simple with tidy. And I think that is 2, 3, 4 things. All right, so I feel good about my monthly goals, and I think we're ready to move on to the weekly action items. So these are going to go a lot faster. These stickers are from Pain Can Plan. I'll link her down below. I love these. I think they're so cute, and they make the page look so nice. All right, so I'm keeping these, except maybe this category, like 2 to 3 things in each category I think is good for week 1. I don't want to do like too much, because I'll get overwhelmed, like I said. So now for the weekly action items, I'm going to look at my monthly goals specifically and my focus, and see what can I do this week to help support my goals. So I think for this week, I want to do this one. I want to read for sure. And a self-care night. PM routine will come. It's not happening right now, but it will. Okay, fun and recreation. I'm keeping this super simple because actually my hike will be over on the previous week, but I'm going to count it for January because it'll be on the 1st. So I'm just going to put in 2 things here, I think. Podcasts, and then rest on Sunday, which is not on this list, but it's a part of these goals. Okay, work and learning. So we'll be back to work this week. And I think what I want to do is the last 2 here. I think those will be good things, because these reflections that the teachers are training in were due like at the end of December / 1st of January. So that'll be something for me to do. All right, family and relationships. Again, keeping it very simple. I'm going to do these first two. I'll call my grandparents later in the month, but those two for sure. Okay, health and wellness. The yoga challenge is starting. So, and one of the reasons why I picked the yoga challenge and the low carb together is because I think they'll work well together, because I know I'm going to have some low energy and then I'll pick up my energy as the program goes on. So I think that'll be good. And then I also want to do this because I think that will be interesting to see, especially from the beginning. And then I think my water will help all of this. So I think those four. So this is the only category that's going to have this many, I think. But I think that will work well. Okay, spiritual and personal growth. I'm going to hold off on the donation just until I get paid and I start my new budget. I do want to do the memory keeping. I want to do the daily stoic. I've been neglecting that, and I want to do the podcast. So I'm going to leave these two for a little bit later, but I definitely want to note those three. Okay, financial is going to be very simple this week, I think. Just keeping it very straightforward. I'm going to update my budget, and I'm going to focus on a low spend. The rest of the stuff can wait. Okay, if you're wondering, I keep track of my budget on a Google Sheet. I've been using the same Google Sheet for like 12 years, and it works super well for me because I don't have to do the math on it, which is so nice. Okay, physical environment, also want to keep that pretty simple because I have learned about myself that if I try to do too much, I just won't do any of it. So I think I'm going to save the decluttering the dresser. I'm going to clean out the fridge because I think that will support my health goals. And just like, it's easy. And I'll do the trash bag walk around because that's also pretty quick too. And with going back to school and stuff, it'll just be easy to do these two. I do have something fun that I kind of want to note on here, but I can't really tell you about it until later. But there's just something fun coming with MAKSELIFE. I will tell you that. Okay, physical environment. What were they? Okay, yeah, I remember. Okay, actually, I think I'm just going to hold off on the fridge thing until next week, maybe. Because I really need to get my holiday decor put up, and that's on here. So I'm going to save this till next week. I think I'll be all right until next week. So that will be moved. But this one is going to be holiday decor. All right, so wow, that went faster than I thought. I think that was a good little goal session. I'm looking at the time here, and it was about 30 minutes. I did do a little bit of brainstorming, but it wasn't anything like monumental. So, I mean, that helps, but it doesn't like shave off a bunch of time. All right, I feel good about my monthly goals and my focuses and all of that. And then I feel good about my weekly goals as well, my weekly action items. I mean, I don't think it's too much. I think it's a good balance for starting out January. So I hope that this was helpful for you guys. If you have any questions about goals or this planner and how I use it, definitely leave those down in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. And if you liked this video, you can give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And I'll see you next time. Bye.